In this video, I want to showcase some results that can happen just by doing some simple things on a website. There are easy traffic increases to be had on all websites just by careful selection of images and the writing on the page. And combine that with title work, H1 tags, and headlines on the page. The basic principle of a website is making it Google friendly, and by making it Google friendly, one way to do that is to make it more visitor friendly. And when a website is more visitor friendly, people stay on the web pages longer, and time on page is definitely a ranking factor in Google these days and has a strong emphasis. When you make a page visitor friendly, then you make it Google friendly, and that equals more traffic for the website. There are some basic principles I'll introduce you to in this video. One is that you need a minimum of 400 words on the page. Blogs these days are recommended to be over 2,500 words, and web pages need to follow something along those similar lines. Maybe not a couple of thousand, but definitely over 400, and around 600 to 800 is a very good number to focus on. That way Google really understands the context of the page, and therefore that creates relevance, which is what Google loves to provide for its search visitors. Personable images are critical to have on a website, not just icons and objects. People like looking at people. Look at Facebook, one of the biggest success stories ever in the world for social interest, and it's based on people's faces. We have a profile page on there, so people love looking at people, not so much objects and icons. So change your website so that it has personable images and watch what happens to the traffic. Use the word you on websites as well. All pages use the word you, and substitute all use of the word we. We is feature focused. It's talking about the people in the business and what it does, and that doesn't interest people as much as what the business gives them, the visitor, the person who is about to pay money to the business. Using this wording and rewriting the website with the word you as much as possible, or our business, is 2 to 3 times more effective than using the word we on it. Alright, so let's go through some factual results and examples of what happens when you apply these principles. And the best way to see really the organic traffic improvement in a business is using Google Search Console. This is 100% organic search traffic. Google Analytics is looking at all sorts of website traffic, which is returning visitors, which is still good to see, and social media, etc. Whereas Google Search Console is 100% about organic searches in search engines, in the Google search engines search results. So it's definitely something you want to set up on your website, and you can do that just as simply as getting Google Analytics set up. You just need the code, and then you add the code to your website and then log into Search Console, and then you can see results. Results something like these. So here's an example where a house cleaning business, it was a solo operator guy, he wanted some help to get more traffic and get more inquiries for his business. So by giving some recommendations along the lines of words on the page and changing some images, and that was about it. Over the next space of a few months, you can see the difference that it made. This is a screenshot straight out of Google Search Console showing what difference it made to his business. The impressions are up 90% and the clicks are up 15%. Another word for impression is an appearance in a search result. So any phrase that you type into a search engine will allocate one impression to every result in the search results, every website in the search results. It doesn't mean that it's getting a click, but that's what a click is. A click is when you see all those results and then you click on one of those results and then you go to the actual website. An impression is just an appearance in a search result. And when we see impressions increase, clicks tend to follow, and not proportionally. You can see the impressions are up 90%, but the clicks are only up 15%. But this was a very small amount of recommendations that I gave this business owner, and you can see that it made a very significant difference in a fairly short time frame as a result of that. Here's a removal business. Now this removal business, you look at the difference, the impressions are up 320%, and the clicks are up 16% by carrying out the basic on-page work, copywriting, and some image changes. Now, the website didn't get a lot of traffic increase because very little to almost none in the way of SEO had been carried out on the website as far as external links, etc., that really make a big difference to the ranking. This website did not have one phrase that was ranking less than 30. So the impressions increased significantly by making it Google friendly, but the clicks hadn't increased, and that's why, because they were ranking the plus 30. Here's another one. This is a business that was paying $2,500 a month for SEO and had for 6 months. And by looking at Search Console prior to engaging this SEO company, there was almost no difference in the amount of organic search traffic it was getting. However, by giving some recommendations to primarily the wording on the page and a couple of image choices only, but predominantly focusing on the wording on the page, and looking at changing titles and doing some linking between pages, etc., this business saw a very significant increase in traffic. And this is 1 month after making some recommendations. You can see that the impressions has increased in that difference about 23,000, but the number of website visitors has increased close to 400. So 400 increase in traffic in a website in 28 days. It's a pretty substantial increase when you look at what that means in terms of phone calls for this business. You can see down in the bottom corner here, this is a fairly recent result back in 2019. This same company over a 3-month time frame, you can see it's a very significant increase. So the impressions, appearance in search results has gone up quite substantially, 60-odd thousand. And you can see that this has gone up about 1,500. So 1,500 visitors to the website in a 3-month time frame. So it's averaging around 500. And this is a result of the work that was done in that first month. Just 1 month of work, giving us some advice, some recommendations. This is a result that we saw. Here's a business that's an electrical contractor that had very, very small amounts of traffic. You can see 67 visitors. The website had been up for a couple of years and was getting almost no traffic, so little traffic to this, couple of visitors per day. But within the first 28 days, we saw an increase in clicks of 50%. So within 28 days, within a month, we're seeing significant traffic, and it just kept increasing from there. As you can see here, over 3 months, you can see that the traffic has gone up from 167 to 302. And the impressions has doubled, so almost doubled the number of clicks and more than doubled the number of impressions. Here's a computer repair business that's getting quite a lot of traffic. You can see in a 6-month time frame what the difference is. So 6-month comparison, 13,000 more website visitors, 1.26 million more impressions, and this business generates over 200 leads per week. It started as a solo operator guy when I first met him, and now he's got a couple of employees, and it's starting to grow very fast because of the constant improvement in the rankings that we're achieving here as a result of the SEO work that we did quite a number of months ago, over a year ago. It just keeps on improving all the time. Here's that same business just showing a 3-month by 3-month comparison. You can see that it's trending. You can see the date difference here. This is in 2020 when we're looking at the comparison. It just keeps improving all the time. It just keeps ranking better. It has a number of phrases ranking number 1 and number 2, and so the traffic is just constantly increasing just because Google loves this website. And if Google loves a website, it sends visitors to it, and the visitors love the website because of the wording on the website, the content of the pages, the imagery, and the blog posts, etc. And this business is just a money-making machine and running very, very nicely. It's not paying for SEO at all. It's just the work that we've done on the website, and that has just constantly improved it over time. So that's just a bit of a summary introduction to what can happen when you start applying the principles. I like to start with every client that I work with by saying set up Search Console, because within 2 to 3 weeks you can start seeing impression differences, as you're seeing here. In the time frame of 28 days, you can often see very significant jumps in traffic, and I figure that's pretty good ROI for people spending a little bit of money to learn from me how to achieve these results. So that way you're getting an ongoing benefit. Whereas when you pay SEO, you're not learning anything, you're just paying it for months after months. Whereas self-education and learning how to do these things by having someone mentor you through it like myself, then you're getting that benefit for years and years to come. So if you like these results, you'd like to know how we can get these sort of results for your business, by all means get in contact. I'm Tim Stokes, Managing Director of Profit Transformations, and thanks for watching.